Guess where I am? Finally, after a year of planning, a year of development, finally made it to the beautiful Dominican Republic. So this is our place, our casa. I'm exhausted. It has been a long ride. Yesterday started at 7:30 in the morning. Woke up in a friend of ours' trailer home because our first plans fell through. And then we had to pack real fast, catch the plane to get the plane. We had a U-Haul full of stuff. That's where our unit is right now. And that unit, we're not staying here. It is spooky dirty. Behind the sink stinks. The floors, there's other people's hair all over the place. There's no pots and pans. We showed up finally here last night, as you know, at 2:30 in the morning. And we had to lug all of our gear to here from the street. Bin upon bin of these big, like, Rubbermaid containers. And when we got there, we learned that there's no water in the place. What I mean by that is there's plumbing, but there goes the birds. There's plumbing, yes, but you can't drink the water because the water is just full of amoebas and other yucky things that want to kill you. So we happen to have, look at this. This is one of my favorite things to photograph. It was the first time it rained in months, I'm told, last night. So we get to wake up this morning to the vibrance of tropical life and the beauty therein. Just, I love photographing. Raindrops on leaves, especially raindrops on rose petals. One of my favorite things of all time, man. I don't shoot it enough as a photographer, but nonetheless. What was I saying? So we ended up here at 2 in the morning, and there's no water. We had a half a jug, 4 liter jug of 4 liter jug. See, still Canadian. And there's a little dog. Unlike in Jamaica, when you see a stray dog in Jamaica, it's always trying to eat you. Down in Dominican, I hear they just hang out and chill, minding their own business. When I was with my uncle in Jamaica years ago, he always traveled with 2 things when he's on the mountain in Kingston. One, a stick for the dogs, and a gun for the people. And I'm glad to not be in a country that you need to make plans like that. I'm glad to not be in a country that tries to kill you economically, financially, emotionally. You can't say that on social media. I mean, it's refreshing to be away from that. That's one of the first things I did when I woke up this morning. I counted my thanks to be in a country that actually wants to help you succeed. When I was chatting with the taxi driver on the way in, I'm like, what do you guys think of all the gringos, coming to your island and doing all that crazy stuff that gringos do, whatever that crazy stuff is? And he said, we love it. We love you guys because you help make the island rich. And it's good. It was really good to hear that, right? This is the normal mode of transportation. I'm tired, guys. Normally I'm more exciting than this, but I don't have the bandwidth to be exciting. I just want to share my walk with you. So this is the affordable way of transportation in town. You're going to see these booting all over the place. People going to and from work. Guy on the front, girlfriend on the back, and I don't know, 2 kids playing piggyback. It's wild. I saw even 2 guys were having a little motorcycle war last night. One guy's pushing each other and the other guy in the middle of the road. I guess they had a little motorcycle spat. What was I saying? I'm distracting myself. This place is just beautiful, isn't it? And this is just a little space, a gated community, I believe. Just on the outside, on the east side of Cabarete. So No crazy 5-star craziness. It's just a basic, well, I shouldn't say. Gated communities are quite niche in itself, right? Because they're more expensive than normal communities. You have that security. But so a lot of expats choose gated communities because they're so-called safer. But I'm also told that, hey, when you walk in and you behave like a normal local and you get to know the people and become part of the experience in Dominican, hola, part of the Dominican experience, everyone protects one another. They take care of one another. Unlike some countries that have been left lately, you know. And I shouldn't say that totally and completely, because there's a lot of amazing Canadians, a lot of amazing Americans, but I just know so many people that got so frustrated over the last number of years just at how rotten people treated one another. Thankfully, that's not necessarily why Lisa and I have run through this adaptation, because we have a phenomenal group of friends and business associates and a support system, and we would not be where we are if it wasn't for them. But it was time for that change. So eventually I'm going to get my gimbal working so you get a better lay of the land. This is being a handheld video experience brought to you by Damien Spalding on his second cell phone, so the video quality is not as good as my primary cell phone. My wife is using our primary cell phone right now to try to find another place to live. So she's walking through Airbnb right now and finding other places for a competing price. We can get a place twice as clean. It may be in a noisier neighborhood, because that's one thing. Dominicans are very happy and they celebrate every day. So you actually hear, not only do you hear the traffic noise, because those mopeds can get very, very loud and obnoxious, but also a lot of music, a lot of partying, a lot of good times, any day of the week. We chose Cabarete because this is actually literally a 2-minute, I don't know if it's a walk or a drive, from where a very close friend of ours, he's like family to us, lives. So it's like what we're trying to do here, once we get landed and comfortable, we're going to create a soft landing for others as they're doing their best to create a soft landing for us. So John is his name, and John, I accidentally called him last night when I meant to text him, but I was so exhausted that time I hit the dial button and I woke him up, and he sprung to action and he came. I gave a video of how rough the place was. I don't necessarily want to share it because I don't want to be bad mouthing anyone in particular. I'm not that guy. But he sprung into action and he brought a water jug, and he brought some basic things at least get us situated, like cleaning supplies. There's no cleaning supplies. There's no hand soap. There's just a smidge of dish soap, and oh my gosh, it's just, we didn't want to. I felt trapped. You know what? I was tired. I was dehydrated. I walk into this room, and you don't want to touch anything. You want to wash everything, but the sink water has bacteria and stuff in it, and that could try to kill you, and you don't have cleansing agents. The sofa is so dirty you don't want to sit on it. You peel back the tired guys. You peel back the sheets, and you see either like, we were looking, because we were always looking for mites, bed bugs, that kind of stuff, and we didn't see bed bugs, I don't think, but either tiny old bug carcasses or pieces of plants, or what. It's like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? So you don't want to lay on the bed. You don't want to sit on the floor because the floor is dirty. You definitely don't want to sit on the couch because the couch is so full of stains. You don't know what's going on. You just don't know what to. You wanna use a toilet, but you don't even know how. You open the toilet, there's brown stuff in the toilet. You want to drink some water. You have no water. You have to ration it until you get some water. You even want to grab a bite to eat to satiate yourself. And you can't even do that because there's nothing in the fridge. And we have no vehicle at that time. We just got delivered by our cab. And we don't even know where any food store is. I don't know which way is north, south, east, or west yet. The joys of starting all over. I was saying to Lisa, though, it could be worse. We could be on the street or something, eating mud pies in, like, I don't know, Somalia in some desert someplace. So we're thankful for what we got, and we got nowhere to go but up from here. Anyway, so this is the first morning in the Dominican Republic, Cabarete. We're looking at renting a car so we can be a little bit autonomous. We don't want to be a burden upon our friends here. So I think the first step is going to be, we're going to rent a car. We're going to go out. Oh man, I'm tired. We're going to go out and then find some food. But we don't even want to cook food in this place because the sink, literally when you walk within 3 feet of the sink, it smells like raw sewage. So it's like, you don't even want to cook here. John was saying, you want to go out and grab some groceries? It's like, no. So what we got to do now is we got to try to get independent, right? So we're going to get a car. There's a nice tuk-tuk. For a good year, our friend John only ran a tuk-tuk. That's probably him pulling up right now, our hero. And let me get out of the way before I get run out. That's not him. Hola. I love that hola, mi amigo. It's just such a happy, beautiful sound. Even better than good morning, guten Morgen, wie geht's. It's like, good morning is just your morning. Who died, you know? Or hola. It's just so much fun. Anyway, it's beautiful when you don't have winters here, as you can actually survive with these little tuk-tuks. So when we first came to visit, our friend only had this little tuk-tuk. Not this one exactly. It was a little bit bigger than this one, if I think. And it barely has enough cc's in the thing to move 2 people, you know? And if you lean just right, it'll tip over, you know? And it's quite the adventure. And his was in a little bit better shape than this one. And he lived for an entire year, or 2 years maybe even, with his little tuk-tuk as his means of transportation. And then it's funny because then oops, I don't want to film someone else's house. And then we went down and we rented like a Jeep, like a 3-year-old Jeep for something like $20 a day, because there's some cool connections that were pulled to get us as cheap, really cheap. And now the sun is beginning to cook. It is now, wow. I love the summer, but I'm feeling the 100% humidity, which is awesome on the lungs. Oh my gosh, I can't begin to tell you. The sea air and the humidity, the tropical air, is just beautiful. At the same time, you get that sun just beating down on you, and it's a different kind of warmth. But in my mind, it's a welcomed warmth. It's not the, I don't know, it's a different kind of oppressive heat. Anyway, I think that'll be it for now. Enough of my meandering. I need to get back to my new home, at least at this moment in time, and then see if we can find a new home. Now, you know what the plan is. Long days ahead. Here we go.